Hello and welcome back to the College Success List. I am Shereem Herndon-Brown, founder and chief education officer of Strategic Admissions Advice. And in these videos, I try to show you, how to look at colleges, different ones from different angles, always focusing on cost, location, major, and career. It's very, very important as you begin to research colleges and understand them better that you have a framework to understand why they could be great for you or your kid. All right, so all that said, today we're going to talk about Drexel University. And what I love about Drexel is that it's in Philadelphia. So many kids say, well, I want to go to school in a major city. I want to be a young adult, maybe have my own apartment. And what I love about Philly, similar to Boston, is that it is not New York. Money, 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 just a different energy. It's not DC, where it's very, very political and pre-professionally charged, and definitely not LA, where so much of about being LA is the entertainment industry. So not to say that those cities can't do other things, but Philadelphia really is a nice sleeper city that I think is similar to Boston. Philly is 2 hours from New York, 2 hours from DC if you come from those locales, but it has a very much of an urban feel that I think is critical. The most important thing that you know about Drexel is that it is a global leader in experiential education. What does that mean? They are very unique is that they have a co-op program. Co-op program allows students to take courses, to work and get credit for it as courses. Okay? So if we go to the academics and experience pages, we learn about what is fundamentally what Drexel is all about. So they combine world-class academics with real-world experience. And that unique model helps students to get exposure to what life can be like after graduation. So the cooperative education program is something I want everyone to research. Again, maybe it is for you, maybe it isn't, but it is so, preparatory for kids to do well after college because they're actually getting credit for, the work that they do outside of the classroom. So again, I'm a big fan of Drexel Northeastern. Again, in Boston has a similar program, but today we're going to focus on Drexel. And as you can see, they've had, oh, look at that, co-op employer partner. So you get employed as a student in preparation for work. Drexel co-op program allows students to gain up to 18 months of resume enhancing experience by exploring up to 3 different co-ops and test driving career options. This is it. I know students who've done it. I know adults who've done it, and they feel very, very enriched and they've benefited from this Drexel model. So that's number one, is I want to make sure that you understand that Drexel is a school that I'm a fan of. It's in a major metropolitan city, Philadelphia, 3 major sports teams, and this very unique program I think deserves a lot of attention. But I always want us to talk about cost, location, major, and career, okay? It is important that you can see how much Drexel costs. So you always go to financial aid and affordability, learn more about how they, what their application, or what their tuition and aid revolves around. How do they offer financial aid? How does financial aid work? Investing Drexel, how to apply for aid. Again, a plethora of resources for you to learn about the finances of Drexel. Okay, yes, I'm going to give you the big numbers that everyone's like, ugh, show me that money. But I want you to know that this is just, again, don't let the sticker price fool you. But even here in 24-25, is not crazy. So again, I want you to understand how schools work. There it is. How schools work and how it's important for you to understand how they allocate funding. So that's number one. You always want to start with cost, then location, then major, and then career. So also, usually in the cost section, you'll find in the admissions part where you can learn what do you need to apply, which again I think is extremely helpful. Again, Drexel historically has been a program that has early action. If you've been following up our videos, you know that I'm a big fan of early action. It's a non-binding opportunity for students to apply to college, and usually in November and here back in December or January, and not be bound to go if admitted. So I'm a big fan of that. I've totally forgot to mention that they have that accelerated nursing career. We need nurses. I do believe that healthcare is something that too many students don't give enough pre-professional thought to. You don't just have to be a doctor. There's physician's assistants, there's nurses. There's great opportunities for students to, really get professional experience, particularly through the co-op program at Drexel. All right. So we got costs. We learned a little bit about admissions, or at least you know where to find it. Life at Drexel, location. I mentioned Philadelphia, but you always want to think about the location in terms of what is going to happen. What is my kid going to do on the weekends? What is my kid going to do after class? Class is 4 hours a day. What's next? So when you look at cost, then you look at location, you understand what is surrounding Drexel, how does it kind of mix with the city, how close is it to University of Pennsylvania, do students get job opportunities at some of the most established businesses in the city. These are the things you want to investigate. Activities and student organizations, campus safety, right? Here, this is huge. I'm a parent. You want to know, as per the location, how does Drexel take care of, protect their students as much as they possibly can. So again, these are great lenses to look at colleges through that I want you to consider. The next is majors, cost, location, majors. You want to look at the academic offerings at Drexel and understand what majors they offer, okay? So here are the undergraduate programs that there's accelerated programs, there's bridge degree programs, honors programs. All their academics are, again, very, very rich, but you have to take parents or students the opportunity to learn more about them. So cost, then location, then major. So we're looking at all the majors. We're in the A's. It's alphabetical: business, bioscience, and society, communication, climate change. Again, I'm a big fan of the offerings that Drexel has, as well as the preparation. And again, the last thing you want to consider cost, location, major, and then career. I think Drexel does an excellent job of preparing students for the real world because of the co-op program. Innovation, entrepreneurship, industry engagement, global partnerships. You want to understand, okay, this 4-year investment, we're going to go to Drexel for 4 years ideally. What happens next? You want them to understand that there are opportunities that they need to start preparing themselves for as early as their freshman year. So, fan of Drexel. I also always want to show you what Custom College Plan is, a unique software that I use with many of our families in our program. Drexel is considered to be one of the more less selective schools, and that's important. That cost of attendance does not say the same thing as the other one, but you can always ask them what it actually is. But this is probably much more current. I do believe that colleges now are in excess of $75,000 a year. Whole nother conversation. But 79% admit rate. A lot of students get an early decision, 92%. Regular decision, they don't give statistics for early action. SAT and ACT, 50th percentile numbers. The different majors, I love using this software because it allows me to see what are the different programs that are offered in different departments, as well as how does the school gauge against others. I don't know why that is so slow. Let me see. If I look at the FIS guide, which is a great way to learn more about a school, it also overlaps. This is why I like looking at it. What are the strongest programs? Engineering, nursing, business, architecture, film and television, game design. A lot of kids are into gaming and esports, physics, computer science. So it has a strong background in a lot of the STEM disciplines. And the schools that it oftentimes overlaps with because of geography, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Ursinus is in Pennsylvania, Lehigh, but then also RIT, GW down in DC, Syracuse. So again, a great school that I think is in a city that is, I don't want to say on the cusp, but I used to go to a high school in Philly or near Philly. But you want to know exactly what you're getting in terms of cost, location, major, and career. Please check out Drexel, understand the co-op program, understand the admissions process and cost, understand the life, meaning the location and what students can do after, in and around the campus, everything from university housing and dining to athletics, and then feel confident that it's a school that prepares students well for careers, particularly because of the co-op program. So with that, I appreciate you for being here. This is the College Success List. We welcome any comments. Please share your thoughts, ask questions, and even suggest schools, recommend schools that you want me to profile. I'm happy to do it. I would love to engage with you. Please go to strategicadmissionsadvice.com, or you can hit us right back up on YouTube in any way that you feel most comfortable, because we want to connect with you. Thank you.